Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV. It's me, Lewpac, and it's Saturday night. Joining me, of course, is Shozen. We're ready for some Crystal League 5v5 action, levels 5, 6, and 7, as we cruise through the second third of Season 12 towards the double point section. And the Crystals, it's a very different situation to last week, Shozen.
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit as to who's repping who. And
Now, we saw
getting a
some,
little out
we
of
saw some
sorts here,
tight.
Lewpac.
We saw some tight matches last week.
We
And
did.
obviously, the big story was Sun and Mudhouse neck and neck up to last weekend. Then the
They're
big
not
20s,
so.
the big 20s, and the big 5s happened. Now, since then, Mudhouse has cut their GVG teams. They've dropped them all.
Yep.
Like no more money, no nothing. So these boys are looking for new contracts. The Logic team, I just saw under the Hammer and Sickle banner. So interesting to see them in there, ready for the 5, 6, 7. There's also the Ochi win. The French team from Sun has been loaned to Hammer and Sickle on a different kind of deal, I believe.
Really?
So I don't know the specifics of it, but I believe that Hammer and Sickle just want Crystal, and the sending of the teams will be repaid in a big boost if needed in the race for number 1.
Okay.
So Hammer and Sickle, the idea being Hammer and Sickle get Crystal, then focus all their efforts on pushing Sun, if there's still competition. But right now with Mudhouse cutting their teams, what do you reckon?
I don't think there's a chance. It was earlier today. It was 40,000. Okay.
Right.
And now you're looking at 70,000.
I'm making 90. No, wait. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 70,000. You're right. Yeah. And we've still got some big matches. No teams for Mudhouse, which is strange.
No teams for Mudhouse.
No teams for Mudhouse. No teams for Black Order. No teams for Guild Zeta. Hammer and Sickle could make a really strong push here then.
Well, it looks like
with some good results today, they could take 4th.
Yeah.
And Black Order's point generation has ground to a halt.
Yeah, they're done.
Safe to say. And I'm expecting...
No, they have packed it in as a guild, it seems. There's some activity. We saw them fighting today against Blue Army and ZVZ, but they are not getting the mass of players that they have in the past. You're looking at 1 or 2 groups.
Okay.
You're just not seeing the team as organized as it's been in the past. And I don't think they're going to be pushing for any more points this season.
Well, then we might see them get leapfrogged by a few other guilds then. And
I agree.
I'd be surprised if Guild Zeta don't potentially pick up a team or 2 on towards the end of season contract, just to sort of get that extra ranking. It seems like it's there for the taking if people want to push. One Punch Man, 1-1, and TikTok all have their sights set on Crystal, from everything I understand. I know that 1-1 has a team, TikTok has a team, One Punch Man has a team. So we'll see what levels they're performing at. I've noticed like Adora Bubbles is in 1-1, Derek's in One Punch Man. There's definitely some teams floating around there. But it definitely feels like that first month of heated action, the 3-way for number 1, sort of it just came to an abrupt halt, didn't it?
Yeah, that is no longer occurring. I think this is just Sun's season to take at this point. As long as they keep consistent, I don't think there's any chance of Mudhouse catching them or anybody behind that catching them. And I just think Black Order is going to continue to lose rank as this goes on.
With the way the rankings are now, you don't get these massive leaps in points outside of crystals, and crystals are capped. So as long as you know that you're beyond the crystal gap, you're not going to get any nasty surprises. You can't just stack teams. There's no other sort of sudden influx of points, is there? Like if someone's grinding points now, you see them coming.
Yeah, you can see them coming. You can see them doing it. It's a lot of open world action, and you'll be able to impact that.
Okay, where's our vote team like Sun? By the way,
what do you say?
Where's our vote taking us?
The vote is taking us to Cargera. I am going to be recording Neon Eats KFC on the second monitor. If these two match up against each other, of course, I'll find somebody else to watch.
Okay, so the first high-level match of this evening, then we've got Cargera and the boys repping their new owners in Sun, or their new employers, and it's FS Petit Phils, Dr. Mac, Catch Me Lol. So this is a team that was in Black Order, then was in Mudhouse, yeah? And now they're in their own guild called Adult Video.
Adult
and
Video.
FS Petit Phils is in his own guild called Use Tactics. And, you know, these guys are for hire, though. And these guys are decent. They're about to get a very, very strong test, and we'll see how they do. They are running the Daybreaker Torch. Very, very DPS-heavy frontline here with the attacks on the Bear Paws. But as we see, Kagera goes in. Mystic Rocks. Matt goes with the cancel. Purity, nice from him. But now Marine starting to get left behind a little bit. And that one hand from Carve is really going to hurt their front line. Carve going deep. Goes with the poison shot combo. Carvin and Kagera are just beating Mac in the face. And this means that everybody else on the team is not going to get heals for a bit. Carve can't get the
he's
finish.
running for his life.
Now he manages to peel back, but the rest of his team's taking a lot of pressure. They finally get some counter onto Boda. Boda's forced to disengage briefly. Oh, that's a nice razor cut from the tag. So Boda's going to go down. No! The save comes in from Shekri. Shekri with a leap in, blink out. Kagera needs to chill now. Nataxo, this tanky front line is finally starting to get to work. Shekri's Purity trying to stop this. Graffiche trading the Taxo. Taxo needs to respect the bow. Does get the purge off. No counter on that. Orb to the front line. Kagera with the rocks. Leap. Oh, good interruption there from the Adult Video boys. Mac controlling this backline nicely. Karg's going to have to drop his rocks. Another poison goes out onto Catch Me Low. And now Adult Video have the frontline pressure, but Phils can't push it. His health is too low. The rest of his boys look okay. Boda looking for something with his carrying caller. Should have the energy drain up in a second to start getting it under control. Shekri, though, both healers playing amazing to keep this fight stable. Anyone could go right now. Mac, though, Carvin and is soloing Mac with the shocks. And this is the problem, that one-hand double shock mimic arcane. And now it's going to be an ace. It's going to be an ace. Look at the health.
Yeah.
Look at the health.
Phils might be able to get out.
Oh my goodness. That was so close the whole way. But Carve, that poison pot bullying on the healer, not missing a shock there, and Mac has got problems. You know, it's so much interruption between the quarterstaff and this double magic shock. Then you've got all of the anti-heal from Karg. Is he actually banking loot?
Yeah.
Kagera
He's also still running that poison pot, by the way. Still going super greedy.
Greedy build. Like he's got the duty. He's going to switch to tenacity. No bow. So he's going to go for the tenacity. And if Dr. Mac thought it was hard to heal before, he's about to enter another world of healing pain. I really don't know what they do here. Their front line is tanky with really good damage output. Like if they can create something quickly enough, they should be fine. Phil's got the anti-heal as well. They're blinking in. They're looking for their full dive onto Graffice. There's the purge, but now Graffice gets his helmet up. They went full dive. How down comes the Judy. Rotten Ground goes out. Graffice is still getting beaten on, but he retreats behind Shekri. They have to purge Shekri's Purity there just to keep up the pressure on this dive. And it is full dive, but now
Dr. Mac in so much trouble.
And Karg, so much anti-heal. Nice from the Taxo. Boda, great play from Mac. They do the switcheroo onto Boda. Nearly get the kill, but once again, Phils is just too low to keep that pressure up. And without their tank on the front line, dropping that anti-heal, they just can't finish the job. These guys are playing so good, by the way. The switch is under immense pressure. They stack on the choke. The Sun team makes a big stack mistake there. Doesn't really get as punished. Again, the Taxo just can't keep this pressure up. Constant pressure. Graffice is full HP, and they're about to collapse. And once again, oh, the problem they've got is when their healer goes down, they're all so low. Phils is getting poisoned.
This could be the big one, Lewpac.
This could be the ace.
Okay, it's gonna be
I don't think they're gonna.
No, they got him.
Kagera's like, heal me while I loot. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
And this is brutality. And these guys aren't funded right now. Thankfully for them, it's the level 5 and not the level 7, because this could be pretty expensive otherwise.
Well, the feels are going out for them right now after that second brutal engagement. First one they lost 4, then they lost 5.
The scores, honestly, the scores are a bit unfair to how close these fights actually are. Like, Shekri had to completely pull out every trick to save Grafis there. Like, they played that amazingly. The forward pressure was good. The switcheroo onto Boda as well when they're under the backline pressure was good. The problem they've got is they're just not putting these over the line, and now the Taxo and Phil stack up. Down goes both. The Judy and the Guardian Helm defensively there for the Sun Boys. Carvinen, though. Carvinen's being given far too much space. The problem with running a double backline is, oh, Carvinen rolls too early, doesn't get the bomb, gets in the Judy, gets reset. Without running the double backline, Carvinen's actually able to push super aggressively. Really slowed on this choke.
Finally getting a push, but this choke is really a meat grinder.
I would be scared
for this red team right now. They're losing HP so quickly. And now it's over. Now they got to fall back and hope that they can stabilize, because that choke did not work out in their favor at all, Lewpac.
Yeah, Grafis on this crossbow is just causing them all sorts of problems. They are doing the right thing and trying to dive him. But Carvinen is playing more like a melee. I mean, he's playing right in the front. But with his position, he's like, they're just going 3-man dive on the healer here. So there's a dive and a counter dive. There's the poison. There's the Raven. He's gone. And now the guys up front have got to think, oh, hang on, we just lost our healer. They could get Karg, they could get Boda, but these two are going to man up.
Another 4
Boda just rolled in. Boda's just rolled in with 1 health.
I don't know
what he was doing.
They're still going to lose at least 3.
Yeah,
3's down. Are they going to get?
Oh, Marine, that poison's going to be painful.
Pot.
Shekri wants the kill. Shekri wants the kill.
Shot.
He's gonna. Oh, he gets in there with 1 health.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, the health. But this is over. Boda didn't need to die there.
That's why you get your spec guys right there.
He was just playing greedy, but this is.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you want me to look up another fight, Lewpac?
I don't know. Honestly, I think these guys are. Look, these guys coming out again. They're relishing the opportunity to practice against the best. They're on a 60-second timer though. It's 3 caps against. Boda going to pop the OC in the food. I like that he waited. They've actually swapped Marine to a glaive off of the Daybreaker, so we'll see how this works out for them. Poison on to Catch Me Low. Oh, Purge is going to be missed from Carvinen, which means Catch Me can start to put out some forward pressure. Big stack coming in. Knock up. Good play from Mac again. Really nice on this healer, as Grafis and Shekri are just having a peel against this front line. Carvinen and Karg having their own fight at the back. Here comes the bomb. The stun onto Dr. Mac. Another shock. Another shock. Nasty Wounds comes down. Goes for the reset. Shocked again. Cancelled with the cartwheel. Carvinen, though, is going to be driven out. Catch Me Low. Great play from him. But they're going to find the Taxo. The anti-dive crew, as they peel back, they find the Taxo. They're going to get fills potentially as well. No, good heals again from Mac. Marine's got the bomb. There's the knock-up. He's going to get caught behind. 1 more will do it, but Dr. Mac saves another guy, and I think he's going to get all of his men out here. That was really good healing from Dr. Mac. Unfortunately, these guys were up against it, weren't they, Shozen? There's 1 more for the road.
Yeah, there's just not a lot you can do at that point. I'm going to be honest.
The 2-time Crystal champions just put it in a shift at the office, weren't they? Yeah, another day at the office for these boys.
Just taking care of business.
14-1. Not the match you want. Are we gonna
Pollinator?
Okay, let's go see what Pollinator's up to. And who he's repping.
One Punch Man and 1-1 versus One Punch Man and and Monkey and Menace.
Oh my god, why can't I spell it anymore?
APOLLONATOR.
I've just lost the ability to spell a Pollinator for some reason. It was less P's, more L's was my issue. So yeah, repping the One Punch Man. A little bit of a sticky situation here against the Menace Elevate 1-1 mix team. However,
they're making a little bit of a comeback
here.
Yeah,
the comeback is in the works. They have the 3-cap. Chicken with his purity says no. Durenton. Oh, good damage from Rorbit onto Durenton. Rorbit is playing plate bow, by the way. Soldier armor bow.
Okay.
And it's still doing a ton of damage. He has more or less infinite energy because he's playing Scholar Cowl as well. Fury. I mean, it's not ridiculous. Believe it or not, it's not as ridiculous as it sounds.
Well, they're running double bow here.
Yeah, no, they're running triple bow.
Triple bow.
They're
okay.
actually running triple bow. Two cloth, one plate
there's
on the
Aramis
front.
as well.
Noob Slayer with the Staff of Balance. These guys do some zany comps. And what's crazy is it does work.
That's because they have chicken.
But, like, Kyle now has his one-hand arcane. And in my opinion, the one-hand arcane is just going to shut it down completely.
Yeah.
Like,
I gotta
absolutely
say, like,
shut
they
down
get away
this.
with a lot of these weird comps because they have chicken healing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, triple bow is not ridiculous, but the one-hand arcane hard counters. He's even running, he's running Royal Jacket Fiend's Cowl as well. So he's got, he's got multiple purges at his disposal.
A Pollinator being bullied over here in the corner. As soon as Aramis comes out, he's going to unload on him. Does get out.
So they're 5 now.
Is there still a fight going on over the top?
No, they're looking for the rotate. They're trying to get off of this 2-minute timer. If they're quick, they can, but Kyle is not going to allow them. They are still playing 3 bows though, which is
quite the comeback here by the blue team so far.
Robert was maybe looking for the back there. I'm not sure. 3 bows though will kill pretty much anything very, very quickly. The most important thing right now is they need to make sure at all costs that the arcane orb does not purge more than one bow.
They can't clump. They have to stay away from each other, come from different angles, not get anywhere close to each other. Like, as long as they can pull that off, they'll be okay.
Looking at the setup, they really can do a ton of damage as long as, like, if one bow gets purged, that means 2 bows with stacks. And we know what bows do. We know how insane bows can be. A Pollinator's getting absolutely drilled by them here. The problem is they're on a 30-second timer. They've probably got about 10 seconds to finish this fight if they can. Noobs, they're looking for the interrupts on Durenton. Here comes the counter push. Kyle is getting drilled. Good save, though, from Durenton. And I think he's just done enough to seal the match there. Suriel's looking to interrupt Chicken on that glaive. I mean, I guess it was correct. Now Suriel should be okay. He's got plenty of health. Nasty Wounds comes out onto ARAM. There goes the reset. Pollinator just tanking up. And I think the bows could have done it if they played spread again, but they just ran out of time. And the comeback is real, Shozen.
Yeah, it is. I gotta give it to both healers on that. Durenton and Chicken really making that quite the show. Very good healing from both of them, and just impressive work.
Durenton healing 40k more than his counterpart as well.
Well, that's because he probably had to, because there's a lot of guys who were very low, and he had to hit that, full heal on somebody because they've been hit by the bows. Coming back,
three bows with Thetfords, 2 of them running Guardian Helms, the aggressive Scholar Plate bow. I mean, crazy stuff, but if it works,
you look at that from Durenton, he has
Shozen.
the most damage dealt to him. He has the most healing output and the most healed.
Yeah.
That's impressive by him.
The plate bow was literally just pushing hard in that, just looking for it. And of course, like I said, two uncontrolled bows will do a lot of damage, even if you're controlling one. They can roll the Fiend's Cowl as well pretty easily if they're quick on the reactions. Not the worst comp in the world, but you expect a team of this caliber, the Suriel, Pollinator, Durenton team, you expect them to deal with a meme like that because they're a creative team as well.
Right.
Wow.
Well, let me get this other match going. We will have time to watch this if we're very quick.
Okay, let's take a look. I can't wait to see these boys in action. They had a rough weekend last weekend, didn't they?
They did.
The Neon Eats KFC team. We've talked about their deal with Hannibal for this season, and they were locked in for a season-long deal, but they're definitely looking to get a juicier one next season, and this is proving time. And last weekend was rough. How they come back this weekend will be a big deal. I'll get this this video off you. Where are you gonna put it?
It's taking me a moment. It doesn't want to stop being live.
Okay.
This is really messing with me because we had just enough time to do this. Come on. Come on, let's do this. Hey. All right, I'll move it forward until we are at 00. Actually, I'll move it forward a little bit past that so we can watch it in its entirety. We're gonna start it at 30 seconds in.
Okay. Send me a link when you're ready. So we'll take a bit more of an analytical look at this one, I think, and just sort of see. And it's going to be the Nick BR10 Fatnex Machu RPG Neon team against Onion Chillite. Hang on, whoa, Chillite in a bit of a mixed team or a new team? Fatality, Onion or AFK, ANCQ, and Meme. I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's start. So we'll see what these guys are running as well. We know RPG. He loves his axe. Neon is on the arcane tank, which I'm definitely a big fan of, but I honestly think that the mid-range arcane brings more to the comp than an arcane tank, because having the normal tank CC on top, whether it's anti-heal or stun, they're getting a beatdown from Chillite here, and Neon's team, they really need a win here, don't they? Like,
yeah, they've lost quite
weekend,
a few in a row that we have seen, I have to say. I have not seen them win in a while.
Yeah,
I'm sure they
lost.
are winning matches. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying we have not watched them win a high-level match in a while.
A rough start as well. Like, Chillite playing, he was the... Hang on, no, Rafikon was the tank. Chillite was the axe, wasn't he? Was he always the axe?
I thought he was ranged before. But I'm noticing that these guys are now repping Nope and Fax. They're no longer the Hannibal team.
Oh, that's...
new.
Interesting, because as far as I knew, they weren't. I actually tried to inquire about their services, because I was so impressed with them. And actually, ANCQ and Fatality and Chillite are in Mudhouse. So I don't know whether that's a case of they just haven't found a new deal yet, but they haven't left. I really don't know, but word on the street was the teams were no longer getting funded or paid.
Oh, the Mudhouse guys?
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're staying for the season rewards. Who knows? Maybe like that's if you can't find a new deal, might as well stay for the rewards. Talking about that as well, do you think day 65 is going to be pretty brutal on guilds once we pass the reward point?
Yes.
What are your predictions?
Is. I don't want to make predictions because every time I do, I get flamed.
Okay.
Especially if they come true.
We need to do like a transfer deadline day. Like, you remember I showed you the football one, where they do the updates of who's buying what players,
who's gone. Yeah.
Wow, that was a really sweet turn into a 3 there. We did lose a few points early, but that's a nice timing to recover. They might just about grab the 3 on rotation. I think it's gonna be 1 second too late for the 3, but they did manage to get the fight closed out just on the timer. And that's going to mean they can start to look to get in control of this match. They took 30-point loss early on. But I much prefer Neon on the pole hammer. I think having a tank that either completely shuts out healing or hard stuns the enemy is very important. And interesting that these guys have been picked up by Fax then in the Nope Alliance. I know the Nope Alliance got launched on by Monkey last week. And the entire server came to fight Monkey, which was...
Oh. Yeah, it seems like everybody is willing to gang up on them pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they made loads of enemies.
You know, I heard Derek talking about that the other day, that it's very hard to get everybody to join up against PoE because the group that keeps leading those coalitions is led by Monkey, which a large portion of the server doesn't really like their leadership.
Yeah, and I get exactly, like, when they make these anti-PoE coalitions, they're always on a timer because it's full of guilds that massively dislike each other. And they always say, well, you know, we can put that aside until we defeat Evil Syndic. But we know that there's only a matter of time before it all implodes. You know, we've seen it with Black Order yo-yoing in and out. We've seen it with the Avar Alliance starting a new war before the first war was finished. Do you know what I mean? People tapping in and out. Oh, RPG goes down there, but there's really a trade on the board. Fatnex looking for meme, maybe has to settle for Chillite. This could be brutal. Look how low
It's
they are.
currently
Great
tied at
shields.
114 too, Lewpac, with 2 caps in play here for the blue team.
Here comes
They
the
can just
rundown,
hold.
though. The Matthew and the boys, they're turning their back here. Nice stun.
Oh no.
Only gets one of the platies, though. And they're actually not
And it
able to
looks like
turn
they're
it
going
into
to lose
more.
cap too.
There's the knock up. Can they find Fatnex? Yes, they can. They won't find Neon. RPG's back in the fight, but I think they're just going to have to reset and recover here for the Neon team.
Yeah, now it's time. If they could have held that cap for 1 second more, they would have gotten the rotation in their favor. But now they're looking at 2 caps against, so it's a 3 cap against them right now. They really need to make a play here, and a full reset is the way you do it.
Yeah, like the rotation, not trying to brute force a choke against 2 bows. So we've seen 3 bows, we've seen 2 bows. In fact, there's 2 bows on both sides of this match. This is like bow fest. I can see why Neon was on the pole, on the one-hand arcane, but I do like the pole hammer, honestly. I think switch one of your bows to mid-range arcane and stay on the pole hammer, because the one thing about the bows is they don't use Sacred Scepter, so you get really good stun duration.
And RPG goes down again, and I think BR is going to be in trouble as well. Nick getting... Oh, he gets the save. He's going to be okay. He's going to get out of here.
10 here.
Especially if Neon can get a nice stun here. Doesn't get the stun he wants.
Onion coming in for the Purity play. Neon pops the resist. They need to be careful, though, because Matthew has a Purity of his own. He's struggling to keep his boys alive here.
Nick BR 10 right there. They almost got him anyway with that nice play at 10.
This is some savagery. Like, these guys have had a rough couple of weeks, man. And I don't know what's not clicking for them compared to what we saw in the first month. We saw these guys compete against the best. And now they're just struggling to put wins on the board. They need to turn it around in this fight. There's 4 bows in this fight, which is kind of crazy that there's no arcane played on either team. The first one to start with the hard counter probably wins. But look at this. This is what 2 bows does. Neon's had to use every defensive at his disposal. His resist is still on cooldown, so he doesn't have that. The orb whiff is not going to be helpful. Nick eats a Raven. Oh, that Guardian Helm came at the right time. But these boys are not even getting up the choke right now. And RPG, he needs... Like, we know how impactful RPG can be on this, right? The problem is he cannot stick the back with the Scholar's Cowl. Like, the Scholar's Cowl stops the physical damage from the bows, which is great, but they could just purge him. They both run in mage robes, so they purge the Scholar's Cowl, and RPG just gets driven out by this backline so quickly. And he needs a team to create space to do what he does best. And right now,
they're making a little bit of space for him right now.
Down goes
that
really
reset
good
was
Judy,
really good though there by Onion. That was just what he needed.
That Judy placement as well. And now Neon is actually being separated, but they find Onion. And here we go. It's going to be a trade for Nick, but it's healer for DPS, so they're still going to be happy with that. ANCQ, Meme's not going to get out of there, I don't think. RPG should be able to... Oh, good knock up from Meme. Oh, good stun, but he is gonna get shot there. Fatnex finding the deadly shot.
I was going to say they had time to go ahead and get these caps, but they let that go by chasing a little bit longer. Now they ate that full rotation down to 30 to 106. This is going to be
one hell of a comeback if they manage it. And, you know, these guys have got to get themselves pumped. I think they've got to play for the 3 as well. I think. Looks like they're going to be a little late to it. It's back to 5. They're not actually healed up yet. Onion's back in the fight. The bows are starting to ping onto Matthew. They're actually going to give up this 3 cap position, which means they have to hold for 11 minutes or 10 minutes now. They want to shut this down or win a fight. Nice 2-man knock-up. Raven onto 3. That is a disgusting opener. RPG got wailed on. They've had to drop their Judy. They've had to use a lot there for the saves. The Guardians went out. RPG pops the Scholar. Looking for some space, but he's actually on Chillite. Like, the 2 bows are just free casting, and Neon is melting, but they do. It works out to be a really good play. Chillite's going to get dropped. The turn from RPG now looks masterful. They're going to send them back. They wouldn't mind Meme as well. They've been taking some hits, and the 2 bows going to work. There's the stun, but Onion runs interception with that Purity. That was beautiful from Onion, but yeah, you know, delete the front line, front to back it. You've got 2 bows. Anything's going to die if two high-level bows are shooting at it.
The thing is now that they're at a 4v5. So wait, actually, is this 4v4? Where's the fifth?
He's only just back to the fight, I believe. Yeah, here he
Okay, there's
comes.
Chillite coming now. I see him.
What's interesting, the reason
And
we're
Nick
seeing
gets
this
in
comp more and
time?
more, by the
Okay.
way, in the high-level teams, is because the bow is a weapon that scales really well with IP. Like, you get to level 7, get to level 8, the bow starts to do some disgusting damage. 2 bows, even more disgusting. 3
Right.
bows, ouch. Although, the soul drama bow, curious. But...
guys, there is a poll open for who we want to watch next. Go ahead and click on the top of your chat bar to see what the options are and who you want to watch next. Both these teams are available to vote for.
Fatnex just tanked through so much there. The Guardian Helm, the heals came down. Matchu, though, oh, they found Matchu.
Go,
and I think that could be, that could be GG there. RPG might even bleed out the Raven. Is he going to bleed out? No, he's going to be okay. They're going to turn this.
So close.
They have to be, I mean, no, they can't because they got no healer.
There's nothing they can do here.
No,
I don't think they have the time. 17 seconds left on this.
They're going to go to...
They're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're going to go to 15, 14 points.
Yeah.
Maybe even worse. No, they're going to get full capped here. So they're going to go to 3 points here. And
they're gonna still have the... Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, they're going to go to 3.
Oh, man. Just in time, too. There's nothing they can do now.
No, right? they're on a horrible timer.
Yeah.
1 cap doesn't even save them. And they can't overextend. Like, they're getting drilled by these explosive arrow deadly shots.
They're already at half. There's nothing. Like, it's too late. Now they're at 40 seconds before they even get to the first cap.
Things are going
to throw somebody at it. That makes it a 4v5 going up the choke. And they have to hurry.
And they know, like, the other team knows. The other team's like, make them cap for 7 seconds. We literally still win. Like... I don't know.
20 seconds to make a play.
Things have just gone from bad to worse for this team, and I don't know where it's not clicking, but they're just not as sharp and as deadly as we've seen them before. Fatnex and Fatality duking it out 1v1. Nick needs to be careful. RPG needs to not die, otherwise that'll just be an extra one. But it's gonna point out there. It's gonna go on the rotation, and it's another defeat for the previous Hannibal team. Neon Karambit now repping facts. I'd like to know about the deal there, but my goodness. These guys, like, they've just changed a lot in the past month. And not for the better, Shozen.
No, they haven't been having very good luck lately. I'm a little concerned about what's going on, and I hope that they can turn it around because they're very enjoyable to watch. But they're probably running out of tokens, Lewpac.
5, 4, 5. I don't think so. Like, the thing is, see him at the end of today.
They got the 6 in. They're here for the 6.
They might not be in the 7 though.
They might not be in the 7, is what I'm saying.
But they had such a good first month. They probably do have tokens because remember, there's double the matches of the previous level. Like, so for every 7 that happens, 2 6s happen. Right.
Well, it looks like we're gonna watch Cargera, and I'm gonna record Neon again.
Cargera playing from a tower.
Yep.
Interesting to see. Always good. By the way, rocking 8-3 Thetfords, right?
Ooh.
It sounds weird, but Thetfords don't have a mastery. So an 8-3 Thetford is actually 1420 IP. So you get full value from the 8-3 beginning at level 6, pretty much. Level 6 is 1400, level 7 is 1500, I believe.
Okay.
So you're basically, at this point, it's worthwhile. And honestly, the good thing about the latest expansion is heart prices have come right down. I always thought faction capes were priced obnoxiously, personally.
Yes.
Like, I just felt like, you know, you're often like, to have a faction cape was the cost of the rest of the build when you're talking about mid-range builds. But these boys and girls, they're coming down in price thanks to all these hearts being generated from faction warfare, which is still a lot of fun.
As we go into this next match, Lewpac, I want to let Fresh Bombs know that they have won the raffle. Go ahead and whisper me to claim your prize. My name is in chat right now. You can just click on me, hit the whisper button. I will get your communication, and we will get you that gold prize in the next day. But we are ready to go in. Cargera is who we're watching, and I am recording Neon Eats KFC.
Okay, well, we'll see what these guys are going to do next time. Now, again, Cargera starts with the Fiend Cowl, ready for the inevitable bow. He will likely have a switch. Like, he'll have that tenacity, and it's a no-show for Cargera.
A no-show for Cargera?
No show for the
Are,
Cargera team.
are you sure?
Yep,
Okay.
they just pop back out. So who do you
Well,
want to go
then
to?
let's go ahead and watch Neon Eats KFC.
Do you want to record someone else?
I will record someone else.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so we'll see who Neon got in their match. OC. Looks like they're starting off double bow again. And oh, they're gonna run into the 1-1 team. Suriel, Luke, Durenton, totally Kyle. This is gonna be a tough match for them. So they've actually gone to their so the 1-1 team has immediately gone to their double crossbow tank setup. We saw them on double bow. We know about this double crossbow with the Astral Aegis, like this super tanky backline. Suriel playing the glaive. His job is to flick. We'll see how they can adapt to this. They've got the 2 bows in the back, and there is no mid-range arcane right now. Like, that's not on there. Apollinate, this is the full kidnap, though. Glaive and Ironclad, 2 crossbows, just raining the pain down. Judy goes out. Neon comes in. He's going for the bop, actually. He switched off the purge because of, obviously, these crossbows, using the bop as another way to stop those pierces and sunders. Fatneck's going to get bombed. Judy goes out. The bows, though, the bows doing some work, and this is a slugfest right now. Both teams taking a lot of pressure. RPG, though, he's getting a lot more freedom than we saw in the previous match. Like, the crossbows are trying to connect with the mid to back, so RPG was getting a lot off. Finally, they put some pressure out. Nice forward orb. The reset doesn't quite get to Fatneck. Suriel pushing forward. The double crossbows, they don't need to stand either. Like, the bows kind of need to stand and auto, whereas these crossbows could just like explosive shot, then step, explosive shot, then step. Nick in a bit of trouble there. They are going to find Nick. The flick onto Nick is going to be a fatality, and they clump on the choke. Here comes, oh, good stun from Neon. But the bow's not finding what they need to find right now. Luke's actually running low on energy already on this crossbow. He's got a Limhurst, and Suriel's got the Royal Armor to help his guys. But we do know these crossbows, the Astral Aegis, we said it before. The downside of the Aegis is it increases your ability cost. So you're going to run out of energy very, very quickly. Fatnex takes a beating, but they can't secure it. He's on Frost Armor as well. Another sort of adaptive switch up. It's not going to keep him alive, though, Shozen. And
not today.
I mean, I'm starting to feel bad for these boys. They can't catch a break in these matches.
Not a single break. No, they need to, well, Lewpac, they need to step it up is what needs to happen.
I mean, I think they need to go back to the drawing board with their comp here. Because they're getting out-switched, outplayed on mirrors. Like, I think they need to think of something else. Like, we know their strengths. We know they can be very explosive. But I think they need to do something a little bit crazy right now. Change something up, go a bit off meta. And this 1-1 team, we know they run all sorts of crazy stuff. They were the ones running this double crossbow. They were one of the first ones running the mid-range arcane. Suriel, I'm pretty sure no one else is really running the glaive, right? That we see Suriel on. We've seen spears, but not much glaving. Neon going to get separated from his team. Matthew tries to get out of there. Double crossbows, big bombs on the back line. Like, he gets that purity out, but they still just rain on him. RPG coming out. This could be a good moment for pressure. They are going to get a lot of committed cooldowns from the 1-1 team as Neon and the Fax guys surge forward. They're looking for Luke. Gets the stun. There's the bop. They're trying a bit of kidnap of their own, but it's not going to go here. Nick looking for Suriel. They just can't find any opening pressure because anytime someone steps up, they can get flicked into a horrible, horrible situation. And now the Ironclad to follow it up. Mortal Agony onto Apollinate. A massive shred. He's going to put down his Judy. He nearly drops, but they find Matthew. In the midst of all that chaos, the healer gets picked. Neon's going to get flicked. There goes the resist. He knows he's dead. He's just trying to buy time for his boys, but this is looking rough, Shozen. Very rough. This is really right now.
Going the wrong way for this Neon Eats KFC team. When I talked to these guys, they talked about how much they admired Durenton and his ability to teach Machu how to heal properly and really help this whole team come together as a 5v5 team. And now he's schooling them again.
Yeah, there was a little switch up there from RPG. Royal Armor, Shoes, Fiend's Cowl. I'm not sure what his switch up was about here. So Neon's actually gone onto the Hood of Tenacity. Cultist Sandals, still running the Resists, which I like. Durentin is running the healing potions, though, right? While Machu is running the Resist. So he's much more defensive orientated. Both have got the Scholar's Cowl for energy management. I mean, Machu's actually switching his potions a fair bit, like, as he needs. So he actually quick healed there, or quick energied before switching back to the Resist. So he's actually playing it a bit safer than the enemy tank. Kyle taking a beating now. Maybe there's something here. Luke, the stun through Luke and Suriel was very nice. Fatnex is isolated, but now Nick's going to get kidnapped. He's looking for Kyle, though. He knows he's dying, and he tries to get Kyle. They could potentially trade. There's the trade. Kyle. And now this match is a bit wide open because Luke is very low.
Luke
Good stun onto Durentin.
Oh, great heals by Durentin there. That was perfect. He needed to hit that orb, and he did.
They are getting run over. They need to turn this into caps, though. They can't just hold this in a 4v4.
They're just going after the kills. They're not falling back for caps. Fatnex needs to be going for those caps right now.
Or they need to kill Durentin. If they can kill Durentin, Durentin's left the tent. Suriel now miles from his team. I don't know if he wants to push.
Pollinator is back there. He's going to be playing defense on these caps. Are they going to be able to stop him out of it? Machu puts himself in a position. He misses, and that's going to stop the cap.
Nick and Fatnex can just kill a Pollinator here, though. Like, he's been anti-healed as well.
He's going to get out.
He's got to hide in the corner. No, he's not. The nasty wounds was too important, and this should be big trouble. And they need to get one more. Nah, they need to get more.
Is RPG going back for the caps?
Somebody's dying here. Like, there's no way they can weather this
they're getting the caps. They're getting caps. Everybody's getting out of here. Fine. Nobody's going to die on this. These guys need to get caps. They need to get Machu and Neon in the choke to make sure that nobody comes up and interrupts this. They're going to get a second cap.
They are finally going to get...
Oh, no, here comes a Pollinator. They didn't block the next choke.
He's already up there. That is pretty annoying. And he can just get healed by Durentin from the wall. So Neon actually needs to stun Durentin. Luke in a bit of trouble there. Luke nearly gets drilled by the bows.
Great timing on that. They were able to get that cap using Machu to bully in the corner.
Nick in a horrible spot. There's the reset. They're going to go for the bop. Stun comes out. Nick's bombed. There goes the shield. Needs to separate from Machu. Now they can control the choke with the bows. The explosive arrows are going to get good value. The deadly shots are going to get good value. This team's going to play completely different on defense as they were trying to push. But we know how deadly it is. These abductions are so scary. RPG trying to drain. They're actually getting drained on the whole team. This is really good, especially against those crossbows. Nick catches the orb, but the shred, the poke, he is going to drop here. And I don't see any way that the Fax boys can hold this now. Like two one-hand crossbows just wailing. Bomb after bomb. Explosive bolt after explosive bolt. Much. And Fatnex is just getting drilled while he's stunned. Even if he got out of that, Suriel had the flick. Like, they didn't even need to commit anymore. Neon's now trying to play the cap interruption, but...
He's going to die for this.
Nice resist there. Good timing on that. But he might still die, depending on how rowdy Kyle is feeling. Nice bomb. Oh, good stun.
Nice stun.
Good stun uphill. That's saved his butt, but...
He's going to get back around in time to get in the rest of this action, too.
Yeah, they're back into a 5 now. Pollinator playing separate. Oh, but great,
they're losing their final cap. If they can interrupt this final cap, it gives them an option for a play here.
Yeah, they got the interrupt. Kyle's back in the fight. That was good from Neon. Pollinator has already popped his resist as well. So if the double bow starts to connect, Fatnex, though, he's backing himself into a corner. He's in a dead end with Luke and Suriel. Look at him. Oh, my goodness, that damage. The drill onto Luke. Luke got knocked up. The geyser stopping any sort of counter. Fatnex going to get purged by Suriel. There's the knock-up. Reset comes in from Durentin. Nick catches the orb on the choke. Good play from Machu trying to keep his boys alive. And now a hurricane from a Pollinator, not really achieving what it set out to. Kyle has to pop the Guardian. Nick's gone aggressive. Now they switch to Durentin. Oh my God. Durentin's getting drilled there. If they can trade onto the healer, they'll be fine. But now the bomb onto Nick. He's going to pop the resist. He gets knocked out. He's in such a horrible position. He guardians up. He finds Kyle. What a play. Matthew's going to heal Nick as well. These boys, they are not giving up this fight. Matthew again, separation with the Purity. Managed to get Nick stabilized. Nick's now drilling a Pollinator. Suriel's out of energy. Stun onto 2. Knock up onto Durenton. Durenton's bleeding as well. Luke has no energy, and these guys are just going to run out of steam. They need to force a mistake, though. They only need to hold for 30 seconds. They're going to need at least 1, maybe 2. They need Durenton to die right now. The anti-heal's in place. The whole team is in peril. But Apollinator knows all he has to do is stop this cap. And the problem is some of them are trying to cap. Some of them are trying to stop this. They're not just finishing the job. And it's not going to be enough. Apollinator is just going to be able to delay things long enough to close out this match. We nearly had a banger.
Up there with him. It's too much.
We nearly had a banger on our hands then. That was so close to swinging the other way. And there was definitely light in that tunnel, Shozen. But it was too little, too late.
A brief glimmer, Lewpac.
The problem is they were so non-committal versus, you know, pull the trigger on the enemy team or defend the caps. And they kind of just half-assed both of them, didn't they? Like two of them were chasing the enemy team because they were low. People was I wouldn't like to hear the comms here. I imagine they were messy.
I'm seeing if there's anything else going. I think we might have the Bogul team.
Okay.
I don't know how long is left.
Looks like they are. Wow, a 1-point comeback they're working on here.
All right.
Against Team Triple Bow. No longer Triple Bow. Chile is behaving himself, but this is a horrible spot. They have to hold a 3 cap. They cannot lose a single person. Like the red can honestly just they could just threaten the back cap the whole time. They're gonna find fatality. ANCQ is gonna drop as well. Looks like this team is looking for a 1-point wonder. Can they do it? Onion's gonna drop here.
They're working on it for sure. That's one more step in the right direction.
They actually might have it because of the timer. Like ANCQ is gonna die on a really awkward time.
Well, they only have to do anything, though. The red team just has to do anything, and they win.
They need to just watch the back cap. But now all these guys have to do is hold for a minute.
And not die.
Or not die. Yeah.
Like,
Don't die.
They still have to succeed here. They have a couple of things they need to accomplish in order to get their win
We haven't
condition.
seen a 1-pointer for quite a while.
Not in a long time, no.
And you need to keep eyes on the count here.
Pockets.
You need to make sure there's 5 of them. Like, absolutely sure. Like, Gorgo's chilling. No, there's 5 of them. Chilites up.
Okay, there he is. Yeah, there's the 5th. Okay.
Mooney Man, very offensive. Very offensive duty from Mooney Man. Meme replies with one of his own. Zeph gonna roll out. Ochi needs to be careful. Now, Ochi's gonna get stunned. Zeph, he whiffs the orb. The orb whiff could really hurt them here. Ochi and Zeph in big trouble. If one of them goes down, remember, it's completely over. ANCQ and Onion are doing their own thing the other side. The kite is real. Ochi's in a horrible spot right now.
Be careful.
He's getting anti-healed to oblivion. He's getting knocked up. They're gonna find it.
Oh wow. How much longer was left on that, Lewpac?
Like 20 seconds, I think. 20-30 seconds max. It was 10-10 in kills as well. What a mad match. I'm pretty sure both these teams had level 7s anyway, so they should be okay. But really, I haven't seen a 1-point comeback for a long time, Shozen. That would have been.
And you didn't see one today.
No, I'm sad.
There was that day we had like a 2-point and a 1-point in the same day. That was exciting. In the 5s and 6s, we had a 2-point followed by a 1-point, and
we had some good matches tonight. Honestly, there's been some entertaining matches, and I believe you've got one recorded for us.
I do. I have one ready to go.
Fantastic.
This is Logic and Hysteria.
Oh, nice.
Versus Noob Slayer and Aramis Irons.
Okay, let's pull this up. Hang on, wait, what? Is this from just now?
Yeah, just now.
Oh, okay.
Just a few moments ago.
I realized the clocks have changed. I was like 10 p.m. It is 10 p.m. my time. Wow. Okay, I will get this video on 00, and I'm ready to go when Mr. Bogul says go.
I'm always ready, Luke.
I don't
know what names you guys are, but I'm always ready. And
yeah, the Logic team now repping Hammer and Sickle against this chicken triple bow. The triple bow team. Stratagen's still on his chill howl as well. Not really an ideal weapon against two mage robes in the back, but looks like they're having a good time of it early on. Rawbit on the plate. The Sickle's going to connect. Rawbit's just going to bleed out.
Yeah, he has nothing to do on that one. Without an incredible play by Chicken, he was dead. There was nothing.
And the Logic
this is another
team,
bully play.
The Logic team is one we saw have a rough time of it, wasn't it? Like they were
Logic we've been seeing doing well, Lewpac. We've been watching these guys have some incredible victories.
Oh, good. They've had some good matches, but they lost their level 8 to Sun last week and subsequently got dropped by Mudhouse, which is pretty cold considering they got to level 8 in the first place, which the majority of teams that ever
dropped
touch
everybody, right? Like that's not anything against this
No, but that's
team.
a rough week, isn't it?
I guess so.
You lose your juicy level 8 match and then get dropped from your contract.
But then now opens you up to
with
new
Hammer
contracts.
And Sickle. Well, yeah.
Also means you're probably not getting that season reward though.
You're not getting the season reward. Also, like you'll never get a better payment rate than somebody pushing for number 1, right? Whereas Hammer and Sickle are probably paying the you can help us hit crystal price as opposed to the we want to win the season price, you know?
I guess you're right there, yeah.
It's like at the end of the season when it's double points and like everybody's trying to get that last bit of rank, most teams can find a paid gig for GVG. But if there's no hard race for position, the rates definitely aren't as crazy. Hysteria, by the way, playing the Great Hammer. Love to see it. I'm a really big fan of the Great Hammer because it's a mobility as well as the stun. Sometimes it works out better than the pole hammer. Sometimes it works out worse. But just the sheer fact you can use it as a defensive mobility makes it much more versatile. And I still find the pole hammer a little bit clunky, especially up and down elevations. It's not perfect. Again, this chill howl. People like you watch the damage the ice crystal does when it explodes. It's not insignificant.
Yeah.
Oh, these nuttiest. He whiffed the roll. So he gets purged and puts his royal shoes on cooldown. The bleed curse combo.
Nice weave on the orb.
This is just so much consistent pressure as well. Like this frost constantly dropping shards, forcing you to juke, forcing you to like take all this chip damage every time you clump. Plus the bleed and curse. This is the ultimate momentum team right now. Like if you don't finish them in your first couple of rotations, your healer's just going to run out of steam to keep everybody up.
Yeah, I'm watching poor Chicken here as he's running around. I don't know, like a chicken with his head cut off.
And Chicken is one of the best healers. One of the best healers out there.
One of the top 3 healers in the game. And Really Smart is looking very good, but it's because his team is doing work.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is everything gets easier the better your team's doing, right? Because if your team's applying a lot of pressure, the enemy team's often peeling back, which means your DPS are free to do what they want. Your healer, if he's not under pressure because you're driving the enemy frontline back, he can free heal and keep everyone topped.
Yeah, whereas he had no pressure on him.
If you're getting dove, it's a lot harder to avoid the dive and keep everybody up.
I think what we're going to see here is just how good this Logic team is. We've been watching them, and every time we watch them, they've been very impressive. You know, Logic's an old school player, and he kind of got out of the scene for a bit, but he's come back and he's made a splash.
Look at the spread on the 3 bows. They're doing the right thing now. They need to just push Logic because Logic is his anti-heal's doing a lot. Wow, Chicken actually gets the cap in front of the entire team. These nuttiest, really awkward roll there. He thought the purge was coming. He tried to pre-roll it. So when he landed, Hysteria was there like, okay,
and
now
Chicken
now
getting
I
pressured here.
He's
Logic
right.
and Hysteria
should have
work.
it under control. Puts the orb to the front. The problem is Rawbit, not Chicken. Rawbit manages to survive a little bit longer. Oh, Hysteria.
Not long enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, now Chicken possibly goes down as well.
Oh, he's isolated from the rest of his team, and it looks like Hysteria is going to be able to put himself into position to slow Chicken and stop him from
Logic
escaping.
actually gets collateral onto Aramis Irons there, even though he's fighting Chicken. I think he just a bit of bleed damage. Nuttiest is gone. Chicken's going to go here then.
And that's it. Killed by Really Smart, basically. Oof.
That's a big turn here, and they're going to turn it into a 3 on a nasty point timer. Going to go to 39 to 147, and this is clean, very clean.
Oh, I might have chat bubbles on.
Interesting to see how these guys are going to perform in today's level 7. But I mean, have we seen anything that we reckon can deal with the Cargera team yet? Like, I've seen a lot of close matches, but I've not seen anyone that I think
Nobody
right now
really,
can give them a run for the money. Like this, honestly, this Logic team or the Apollinator team could both catch them out simply because they play different stuff. This 3-bow though, this 3-bow will just be, this would be a wet dream for Cargera and Carvinen. This 3-bow team will get picked apart because they will just load up on purges. And they will just this team will do no damage in that matchup. Like this comp works against people that aren't as good, right? Against like less good teams, this 3-bow comp will absolutely explode everything, right? But against people that can manage it and understand it, like where the pressure's coming from, the timings on the bows, stuff like that, then they're just going to get ruined every single time. And right now, you know, we're just seeing them get outplayed. Logic is getting surprisingly amount of free play considering he's against 3 bows. Stratagen, like anytime a bow stands still to shoot, Stratagen is just going to nail him with shards like over and over again. Any forward pressure, he can freeze. And this is just over. This was just a disassembly of the Aramis Irons team. Holy moly. Onwards to level 7 with these boys then. Wonder if the Hammer and Sickle, are they all playing from towers? I know Hammer and Sickle have been trying to level their towers.
Yes.
So.
I can say that they have been playing from towers. I'm not going to say if they are currently playing from towers.
Okay, then.
We have 3 teams, 2 Hammer and Sickle teams already signed up, and Cargera's team. So you have Bokix, Logic, and Cargera signed up.
I mean, really, it does seem like PoE and Ava are the ones buying all the teams right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like
a lot of PoE buying of teams right now.
I think
they're in a dominant position right now.
I think they've got on board with the value of leveling towers. Like defensive value on towers. Like you ask anyone, right? Even with a Zerg, mage raiding a high level tower is difficult, right? It only takes 10 to 20 people with a brain to wipe a full Zerg on a level 8 tower. Like you can do some nasty stuff, and even the guards have an impact. Like the problem is having a high level tower that's defensible only matters if you care about the mages and you care about season points. Like I feel that I'd love to see towers provide other benefits to make every guild, whether they're pushing season or not, want to level them. Because that in turn will create more value and more demand for GVG teams and hopefully push more people into GVG as well. Like, I'm actually working on something for the round table and for the devs, like a concept idea of like modular territories that can be upgraded with various different buildings, but you have limited slots, right? So you choose the buildings to turn the zone into what you want it to be. For example, Arch could put buildings that give Red Tree a fame bonus, which would be exactly what they want for fame farming Avas 24/7 in Red Tree. Or you could do ones that give you better defenses, guard patrols, stuff like that. And I think the territory system is something that could be due an overhaul next. Personally, I think there could be more customizability, more ownership, and more desire to have territories. Because right now, the only benefits really are a bank/save space and season points. Like we look at people that own tons of towers and they all just sit at level 1. Because like anyone can level a tower to level 2, right?
Right.
You just spam enough level 1s and eventually you're going to win one. And you don't even have to risk gear to do it. But people don't even do that because there's no base value to it. It's very, very strange, I'll be honest.
I'm getting our poll ready. We have 4 teams signed up so far. We have Bokix, Logic, Cargera, and Geminex. So get your Get your voting fingers ready.
Yeah, who do you want to watch? Geminex is always a fun watch. This triple bone. This triple bone, man. Who sat there and was like, hey guys, you know what we should do? Bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
We should play 3 bows. Yeah, let's do it, lads. Why not? Why not, eh?
All right, I'm doing this just for one of the guys here in chat who really wants to see Tiny Hands. Tiny Hands is in the Geminex team. So if that was going to help your vote, understand, Tiny Hands is playing with Geminex.
Okay.
Rep in June, by the way. All right, we have our 5th team, and it's amazingly Neon East KFC.
Oh no, I told you, like the amount of tokens these guys got in the first, they were smashing everyone in the first month. They got plenty of tokens. Plenty of tokens.
Plenty of tokens. All right.
Starting you're always going to have much more token.
We also have a winner for our raffle. Let me find out who that was. Yeah, Manny of Manny. Manny of Manny, you have won the raffle. Please whisper me to claim your prize.
All right. We ready? We ready? The people are spamming the Cargeras in chat. I'm ready.
I'm going to go ahead and vote.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Logic.
Yeah, definitely a good team. But so we've only got 5 teams signed up. Do we have a 6th yet?
Do we have 6 teams? We do. We do have
yes.
6
so we're going to get 3 matches then. And we'll be showing 1 live. And I think we'll probably record 1 for Filler on Tuesday show.
Oh, well, we'll do it right after this show. Actually, we'll do it right after this match.
Okay, if you want.
If I get it correct, and we, record the whole thing and it works.
What are the matchups then you want to see? I'd like to see the Logic team. They're probably the strongest looking 2nd team. Although that said, the Suriel team, the Apollinator team, looks wild as well. Like I think either of those teams would be a tasty matchup for Cargera. Definitely put it to the test. Neon's team, they looked better in that last match, but they left it too late to start doing good. And they really didn't have that killer instinct when they took momentum as well. I don't know. I think they just need to spend a bit more time just analyzing and reviewing and finding out where it's not clicking right now, because it's such a different team. I don't like to dwell on it too much. Geminex will hopefully give us something amusing to watch.
I'll put him as the match that I'm going to record. I'll record the Geminex match.
Okay, does look like Logic and Neon tied in the votes right now. Logic team.
Well, if they tied, then I'm going to go ahead and...
No, very tied. Not tied, just very close.
All right, then I will put Neon as my record, if he's coming in 2nd like that.
Logic, yeah. Who's their tank? Hysteria?
Hysteria with 2 eyes.
Yeah. Let's go over there.
Yep. Apparently, they're getting ready to level a tower.
You love to see it. Plus, obviously, you get these bonus chests.
Yeah, the chests are good.
Which, I mean, they're not mega, but they're definitely a nice little bonus. Like anything that incentivizes teams on towers, I like. Right? I think teams should be rewarded for coming out of town and playing. I think guilds should be rewarded in multiple ways from leveling their towers. I'm super interested, by the way, about what the next expansion is going to be, because the ones previously we knew what was going on. We had a rough idea where it was going, but I have no idea where they're going next for a big expansion. I'd like to see what gets overhauled next, definitely. Because the overhauls have been amazing, and Shozen knows, but he's not allowed to say. He's doing his I know, but I can't say, but I'll tell you after the show. And if you say anything, you're fired face. That That
This one is zipped.
Nah, we'll get it out of him. We'll get it out of him, chat. Don't worry. And then I'll gradually leak hints across the week on my stream.
That's why I'm gonna keep it zipped, Lewpac.
Wow, pre-OC by the way for Hysteria and the gang.
Betting that they're gonna get a match here. Okay.
Did they win? Well, they should. If there's if we announced there was 6 teams.
Well, you never know when a 7th team could sign up, Lewpac.
8
or 8,
team.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's gotten a little out of hand.
Unbelievable, Jeff. We'll see who's out and about. Hysteria versus Geminex. Yes, Geminex is on the Forge Hammers. We're about to see some beatdowns, right? Geminex stun passive. This comp, by the way, so it's Halberd, Polehammer, Permafrost, Forge Hammers. Really interesting comp. Problem is the 4Gs are kind of going to want to chase the Chill Howl. The Chill Howl's super awkward to get. He's not running Purge on the Forge Hammers, so he's gonna struggle to shut down, and we'll see how it works. Hysteria, oh, that's a nice stun on the choke, but they actually get knocked away at the same time by the Purity, so didn't really work in their favor. Zerfax and Tiny Hands on the high ground. Zerfax just peeling back. The Forge Hammer's going on to Solace now. He's found his target. The Purge comes out, but remember, you cannot Purge Giant Steps. Good Geyser to interrupt the Meditate, and now Arthora's taking a beating up the front. And he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Nice Perma again from Zerfax, finding these Permas, and the low pingers are discovering that Frost is still very, very good. And Geminex is just beating Solace in the face in the background, causing a full pullback from the Logic team, and he overstays his welcome and goes down. They still have the engage potentially, but down goes the Judy. Oh, the Perma!
Oh, the Perma is perfect.
That Raven, they just can't stabilize right now.
They have to rotate on this one, Lewpac. They got to turn this one around.
It's not often we see someone get the kill, not get countered, and still lose the fight. Gonna be back to 5v5 because Geminex will be up top very quickly. Both players will be back.
Geminex is already here. He's coming down on the bottom.
No, he's waiting to come in on the clothies. I like this because they can't go for Geminex because as soon as he pops
go
Giant
after him
Steps,
because then they get attacked from behind by Arthura.
He's not running the Morganas, by the way, so the only thing they can purge on him is gonna be the Hunter's Jacket, which he's gonna pop every cooldown anyway. Really smart. Purity is gone. Solace is getting wellied on. There goes the Purity, but it goes into the Judy. Nice bop. Stops the hammer tackle, but it does still get stunned by it. Aliv's taking some pressure. Geminex goes background again. Solace, no purging shield this time. Geminex wants to go deep, but Strat's going to join in the party. They really can't pressure him with the Giant Steps, but Gem's big issue is getting out of these fights again. Arthora's going to find Hysteria. The rollback, and Tiny Hands, he's got a job to keep the boys alive. Geminex, Giant Steps again onto Logic. Logic trying to escape, but he's being slowed. Now we go back to Hysteria, who's got to gear up. He's so slow. His gear up was so slow there. That was like a Formula 1 pit change going for a minute.
To, get
and
that.
They lose Logic and Strat on the way out. Simultaneous double kill.
Yeah, he needs to get his sets in order here, Lewpac. You can actually have a set where you just click the button and it picks it up for you now.
But if you only have those sets, you can quick equip as well. There's multiple buttons that will do the job for you.
You can do this faster than that, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That was like coming out the pits without your tires, mate. Gonna be a 3-cap, but it doesn't look like the Elevate June zoned out mix wants to push it right now. And of course, for a Merc team like Logic's, wins equal cash. It's important for them to get these. Geminex, though, that's really nice from Hysteria. They get the full shutdown. Once again, Zerfax puts his Perma into the Judy.
I just losing the trade.
I just don't like it. Geminex is in big pressure, and all of a sudden, the Hammer and Sickle team is looking much, much stronger here. Down goes the ice, but now Elevate, they seem to have stabilized. And the forward pressure once again. Solace is just getting beaten on here by these Forge Hammers. Strat's trying to get out. They're all clumped on the choke. The axe as well. This double front line. Solace is going to go down. Going to be 2-cap against. Arthora is on plate Carrion as well, right, for their tank. So they've got the Halberd playing the DPS role, Plate Carrion tank, right, with the Judy armor.
Yeah.
What I would have thought though is he uses the CC. He should be using the CCQ, I imagine, so that he's got some sort of control. But this is the thing. We already know
rolling over these guys.
Judy Axe just does an obnoxious amount of damage. Wow, Zerfax opening with a perma. No Judy for that one. And look at this damage on the choke. They managed to get the Guardian up, but they've got 2 axes. They've got nasty wounds. They've got Forge Hammers right on top of them. And
running for their lives.
Look how this works, right? Geminex's Forge Hammers keep them so slowed that Zerfax can hit every shard. So down on the low ground, Geminex had them slowed while Zerfax sat up top, just raining the pain. They're going to go for a quick rotation, but they're not going to get this cap. Even if Strat commits blinks, the enemy team's already there. It's going to be a wide fight, though, which I think kind of benefits them because they're not clumping up for these 2 axes. But once again, you know, this Arthora Geminex team defying the current meta, doing some rowdy stuff and making it work. And poor old Solace, by the way. Poor old Solace has had Forge Hammers stuck to him the entire fight. Perma goes down again.
That's not a good place to be in, Lewpac.
And the thing is Zerfax and Strat, right? They keep trading shards, but the problem is whoever's got the least health when they start trading has to just dip. Zerfax looking for the finish onto Strat. Strat has the crystal himself, and in the meantime, Geminex Forge Hammer beatdown continues. And these guys must just be asking themselves what they can do right now, because this is getting ridiculous. They're trying to go on 4v5. They actually have some potential momentum. Solace is already gone, but Zerfax is about to perma that choke. I'm pretty sure they're about to get permed. There's the pierce onto Zerfax. The crystal's good. They go for the knock-up, the stun. He manages to blink back. Can they get the save off? Yes, they can. And now they're about to get permed on this choke. When they clump, he's looking for it. The Judy's there, so he's probably going to hold now. We're going to hold till the end of the Judy. The Guardian goes down. There's the perma onto Strat. They can still find Zerfax. Logic with the Raven. Hysteria's dropping low. There's the crystal onto Arthora. He's going to be okay for now. Raven down the choke. This Carrion Caller tank. Tiny Hands, though. Actually, Zerfax getting run down by Logic. Tiny Hands doing what he can. Goes in with a lead, but lands on the Raven. Logic's 1 hit from death. Logic's in a horrible spot. He's trying to sidestep with the perma. And they fail. Zerfax and Tiny Hands were completely screwed there, but Logic he stayed too long. They still have this fight, though. They still have so much momentum because Tiny Hands has no energy right now. He needs to get some energy back. There goes the Scholars for energy.
Big clump.
And the Curse stacks are going to help. Alibs, he's going to need something. Alibs is gone. There's the trade.
Yeah.
Logic
but
for
this
Alibs.
is taking a long time for every one of these, and Tiny Hands has his health, his energy back. He's all 100%.
They weren't 3-cap, though. They weren't 3-cap. Strat's doing a really good job with these crystals. This is like one of the first times that we see Strat mostly using his Prism as a defensive. Like, he's using it to save himself or his teammates right now. Geminex is like, where you going? Where you going, bud? Like, if he gets on top of a Clothy... I want to smack
you some more,
Here we go. The Clothies are about to... The Clothies are about to enter. Logic finds Arthora. Strat gonna need that Guardian Helm Shield to stay alive. Geminex wailing into Logic.
Stay up there for the cap.
They find Solace, though. They find Solace. And this is just back and forth. And this always is going to benefit the team with the caps. Luckily, it wasn't a 3-cap or this game would be over already. So it's just a 2. Logic getting mad value. The perma Strat nearly goes down. Alibs is trying to chase him. Really Smart's able to get some more heals up, but Really Smart is hurting for energy as well. They're in trouble. Yeah. Really Smart's going to drop.
Really Smart.
If another goes down, it's going to be the 20 that finishes them.
Yep.
But again, we see Logic's team struggling in their top level match. Like, it's going to go to 3 points right now. And they're going to come out. They're going to make a go of it. But honestly, these fights are so scrappy. They're not finding clean wins. And I feel like the perma is having more impact than the chill how. The chill house saving people, but the perma is just getting huge clumps. It's got, it's got a stun, it's got big damage, and instantly, you've no time to react. And I'm pretty sure
See,
Zerfax is
that was
quite
our last match, but this is our last match currently going, so all the matches are already over.
Oh goodness. There's the choke point resistance pots going up. They're trying to get in, but Strat just can't come online in this fight. Like, he's used to a lot more space right now, and he's not used to having an opposition Frost Mage just raining shards on him. He can't stand and self-cast anymore. Geminex is up there with the Forge Hammers. Solace just gets beaten into the ground. Like, Geminex is... Damn it. I want to know who did the most damage there, by the way. Solace did the most damage on his team and in the game. Geminex wasn't far behind. Geminex's Forge Hammers were out DPS 2 axes. It's crazy.
A lot of DPS.
That is a lot of DPS. And Solace being top DPS while having Forge Hammers chase him non-stop is definitely a big thing for them, for sure. What were the other matches then?
Well, I do have our a neon match.
Oh baby, okay.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Let's go check it out then. Before we finish for this evening, we'll go check out our boy Neon. Okay, I'll go to... I'm ready for 0-0 Bogul.
Ready when you are.
These boys are due a break right now. Honestly, Neon's on an Ox. I love it. And we'll see who they're going to be against. Neon on his pole hammer, and it's the Suriel team again. This kidnap double crossbow. We did see them. We did see them. Team. Yeah.
This is like the team they faced to train. So these two teams know each other very well. This is gonna be rough for Neon.
Nah, we did see them start to pull back in the last one, though. They made the adjustments they needed, and they started to gain some momentum. These Nuts
is not having any momentum. His momentum is intent.
Well, he got back to the tent very quickly, which you could argue is a form of momentum.
Lots of momentum, yes.
That next as well. And honestly, Suriel was able to play so aggressive because of these crossbows. It's so good. Like, and there's the flick onto Fatnex. Totally Carl's already capping, by the way. Like, that's really good macro play. Looking to put those early points on the board and shut this one out. I mean, one of those teams that they're so tanky, they're so good at peeling that once they get ahead, it's very, very awkward for anyone. And it's 5v5 and they're about to get 3 capped on thanks to the Hurricane. Wow. The disrespect, Shozen. Standing there and 3 capping with the 5v5 in front of you while your tank just hurricanes them all out. Full disrespect for the Fax team now. But they're not all in Fax, actually. These Nuttiest is in 1-1-1 here.
We had a couple of raids while we were in between matches. We had Shekri and Logic raiding us. Thanks for the raid, guys.
Oh, baby. You can check those guys out. Well, you can't check their matches out because they've both
already finished. Yeah,
they both put their VODs on sub only to prevent teams getting free VOD review.
Yeah,
so like, you want to review the VODs, you pay the $5. Which is fair.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think it's fair.
But it hurts you as a streamer to have sub only because people can't discover your channel while you're offline.
The pain.
It's a trade-off, though. Like, I can see why they do it, but anyone dedicated enough to studying your VODs is just going to Twitch Prime or sub. Yeah. Fatnex again getting wellied. The purges. What I've noticed as well, this team is super quick with the purges. Like, when they see the cleric go up, they bring it straight down and just look for the finisher. They know how much momentum they've got. Like, oh, these Nuttiest and Fatnex stacking. You cannot stack against these crossbows, but in a 5v5, there's always going to be like temporary stacking and those crossbows. Although Luke's totally out of energy and he's waiting on his Limhurst. Kyle's out of energy. You've honestly just got to weather the storm against these guys, and then they just completely run out of steam. But even if you kill them, that just gives them full energy. And now Luke, his Limhurst is going to pop. which means Kyle's is probably not far behind. However, Apollinator and
whiff on
Kyle
the
in a
orb.
lot of trouble. They do get the Guardian Helm. Apollinator hurricaning for defenses. Fatnex, oh, Fatnex just rolled in. Fatnex just rolled in and got sent a mile away. They bopped him,
the
they
orb doesn't even
flicked him,
save
and then
him.
they
It's not
purged
enough.
him. Fatnex, oh, mate, he did a headstrong. He pulled a headstrong. You're rolling in. You're overextended, my dude. The speed of that punish, I'd love to see that again in slow motion. That was beautiful from the 1-1 squad.
And this is going to turn this around once again in favor of the Totally Kyle team.
Like, Fatnex was right. They had the momentum, but he just disrespected an Ironclad Glaive comp. Like, and he just got blown up. Back in the fight now, though. It's back to 5v5. Suriel, Luke, and Kyle all struggling for energy once again at the start of this fight. They almost all need to get in the Royal Armor when he drops it. Like, Suriel needs to get the Royal Armor on 3 and give it to everybody. But right now, he's just getting it for himself. Actually got purged of it as well. So, not ideal. Luke's going to get driven back. But these guys don't care. Like, they don't have to get kills now. They just need to absorb the engage and just survive because they have a 3 cap. They're about to put another 20 on the board. Nice stun. D's Nuttiest taking a beating. Guardian Helm goes down. Match with the Purity looking for the Inception. Now Apollinator looking for something but driven out by this double bow. The 2 bows are completely stacked right now. Suriel, there's the stun onto 2. Morgana's Raven. Reset comes down. Guardian Helm comes down as well. They're able to just soak up hit after hit, but they're just not putting out any damage. The 1-1 team isn't putting out any damage, and these bows, like Fatnex now can go hyper aggro, right? There's no energy. They just need to go insanely aggro onto the Clothies. Like the Suriel's Glaive is not going to kill them. He hasn't got any energy anyway. Like Apollinator is not going to kill you with the Ironclad. They're actually, and like this is it. They're second guessing, right? Just run at them when they're in this situation. Now they've waited too long. The crossbows are getting the crossbows are getting their energy back.
26 seconds
and
left.
They're going to get blown up. Like they just needed to run at them with 2 bows as soon as they had that momentum and all of the energy was gone. You see 3 players without energy, you've got to push hard. And it's just, again, it's a case of second guessing themselves. These Nuttiest finding some good damage onto Kyle, but Durenton is not being touched. He's able to just sit at the back. Tells Kyle that he's fine, so Kyle doesn't panic. Kyle doesn't even really commit any defensives, and then they turn and they kill Fatnex. And because it went on so long, both crossbows not only have energy, but now this fight is actually over. Like, this entire match is over.
This is over, yeah.
Like, they're going to be on 5 points after this rotation, and they might be on 1 point if someone dies, or they might just straight up lose if they can get another kill.
I don't see another kill coming out of this.
No, they managed to get out, but they're just not reading the situation there. Like,
I don't know what's going on with this team. They're having a really hard time.
And now they're trying to back cap, which Luke's already spotted. And yeah, crossbow against bow. The mage armor in that matchup probably wins the fight because the crossbow doesn't care about the mage armor. He's tanky and he can just mage armor the first or second quiver. You might even just look for the timing on the quiver as well. We can't really see what's going on up there, but D's Nuttiest first Luke going to be rowdy up the top. Guardians go down. Neon looking nice angle there if he could get the stun off, but it looks like there's just nothing. Luke loses the fight actually to the bow. Unsurprisingly, or surprisingly rather, actually gets driven out by the bow, but the back cap isn't enough to keep them in this match. Now D's Nuttiest, the problem is Luke's fighting near his healer now, so D's Nuttiest is going to get driven out, and he should win this time because the bow's already used everything. In the first engage, Luke looking for the trade, but this is over. 10 seconds. Wow. Not the longest of matches, and another loss for these guys. They're just not competing at this level yet. They're probably cruising through everything up to level 6.
Or, well, they didn't win their level 5 today.
Well, yeah, but I mean, usually. Like, level 5 is generally a varied enough pool that they'll get some wins, but They maybe got some bad matchups there, but that's some crazy stuff, Shozen. It's not gone good for these guys, has
No,
it?
it hasn't. Not at all. It's been a rough couple of weeks, Lewpac.
There we
I
go.
hope that they can turn it around and get back on track and get on that winning feeling. Get on that win streak that they were on before.
That was our crystals for level 5, 6, and 7 for Saturday night. The guys will be back tomorrow with Albion TV. It's going to be a bunch more content. We've got the 20v20 show. You've got ZVZs as well.
at 18. We've got 20v20 at 19, and then we have an interview at 20, and then we have Hellgates at 21.
Good times all round then, Shozen. I look forward to tuning in, checking out. Any good interviews this week?
We have an interview this week with Phaser Dude from chat. I have to look up his name in game. I don't have it in front of me. But he's a relatively new player who's looking to take on new roles inside of his guild and become a shot caller. And he's realizing how difficult that is. It's not as easy as starting to call directions, Lewpac. You have to actually do work.
Shot calling is a very crazy endeavor. Like it's not just making the right calls. It's getting your guys to follow them without question, right? You know, you need the shot caller, right? That when they log on and the fight starts, the Zerg is silent and they just follow. You need an obedient force following correct calls that are calm. You know, and unfortunately in today's political landscape of Albion Online, you need a shot caller that can also coordinate and work with half the server on TeamSpeak at the same time. Like, there's a lot of factors to it. Getting a fantastic shot caller is probably as hard as forming a fantastic GVG team, in my opinion.
It's right up there. Although there are more fantastic GVG teams than there are fantastic shot callers at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
I think part of it is the separation of groups. Really have there's only really 4 groups out there fighting at the moment.
Okay.
And if you're not part of that, you know, like the shot calling opportunities don't really happen very often. And most of those groups generally use just a couple of shot callers. They don't need a ton of shot callers. But yeah, it's Taslin Darknell is trying to learn how to shot call for one of the bomb squads of AAA.
Okay, awesome. Having separate bomb squads is a massive part now. Having multiple shot callers for big forces as well means you can fight on multiple fronts in a single fight. It really, really does enhance like the effectiveness of Zergs when they're fighting in multiple stages. And we see it with Homeless Crew. Homeless Crew is crazy right now with the way they do it.
They're doing so good. They're really very impressive as a single entity out there fighting for themselves.
Well, we look forward to all of this other content on Albion TV. And of course, as Robin said earlier, you can check out our previous shows in a highlighted condensed format on the official Albion TV YouTube. The link is on the page. You can get in touch with us. The boys will be back tomorrow here. I'll be back on Albion TV next Saturday then with high-level crystals. We don't have, do we have level 8s? No, level 8s aren't for a while.
Nope, we have to wait until after reset day.
Yeah, just Saturday then next week, and then the week after is reset day. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening. Don't forget to follow the channel if you haven't already. You'll get notified when we come back online. And the guys on Albion TV will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic night, everyone.
Just one final thing to do before we go, Lewpac. Octopus in your pants.
Of course.
Please whisper me.
What a name.
Please whisper me to claim your prize.
Because of that. That name.
I know, right? Like, that's quite the name. That name deserves a raffle win just in and of itself.
It deserves something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I don't know what to tell you. But do whisper me. I'll put my name in chat one more time.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon on Albion TV.